Sound sure? Check कर लो. Sound sure? ऐसे करो. All joined. Assalamu alaikum everyone and a very good afternoon. Thank you for joining this session. Our CEO, Mr. Usman Zahir, and CFO, Mr. Wasim Haider, is present. They will present today's brief, which will be followed by a question and answer session. The participants may share their questions through chat box or raise their hands after the briefing. We will now begin with recitation of the Holy Quran.
बेनियाज है, वो न किसी का बाप है और न किसी का बेटा, और कोई उसका हमसर नहीं.
जी वसीम साहब.
Assalamu alaikum, respected shareholders and analysts. I think this is the most important slide. Obviously, आगे चीजें करेंगे, but remember कि जो हमारी forward-looking statements हैं, they are our present expectations of future events, and any forward-looking statements should not be relied upon for making any investment decisions. आपने अपना analysis, अपना forward-looking view खुद बनाना है. So this is one of the most important things for everyone to consider. So we'll start with, I think we are all clear. However, we start with the purpose of Fauji Foods. What is our vision? Our vision is to unleash Pakistan's promise in everything we touch. We've been consistently working towards that, and I think Pakistan, agar aap bilkul recent events dekhen, so has really come on top in the world arena with its with its ability to stop this war. So just like that, Fauji Food also feels कि हमारा भी potential जो है वो अभी पूरी तरह unleash नहीं हुआ है, and we've been working for the last 4-5 years consistently to improve our results and to give back to the community. Our strength behind us is Fauji Group. As you all know, Fauji Group has various verticals and companies. This is just a quick glance of, we have a food vertical in which Fauji Foods is the biggest entity, and then there are other companies within the food vertical. Then we've got the food self-sufficiency vertical where FFC is quite big, then the infrastructure and finance vertical, and the energy security vertical. As we all know, Noorpur is a very old, very well-known brand. Noorpur Butter came into being in 1966 and has been the leader of the market in the recent past and has been the leader for quite some time. Then we've got Fauji Cereals, which came into being in 1954, has been a consistent leader of the flakes and the related products. And recently, we acquired pasta company, FIFL, about in 2024, or Opa Pasta is one of our brands there as well. As we all know, customers and certifications play a key role in a company's strength and its visibility in the market. So some of our key customers are listed here. Unilever is quite big, KFC, McDonald's, Imtiaz, Metro, Carrefour. These are some of the key customers, and then we've got many others. And from a certification point of view, we've got a massive bouquet of the relevant certifications required within the dairy and food segment. Our route to market is huge. We supply to 51 towns. We go to 400 plus supermarkets, about 35,000 plus outlets. We've got 385 order bookers. And I think the most important part is that we've got a digitally enabled route to market, so which we can see the performance of our sales on a daily basis at nearly a live level. आगे चलिए. So we've got 3 plants. As we all know, we've got Noorpur dairy plant in Bhalwal, we've got cereals plant in Rawalpindi, and we've got the pasta plant in Rawalpindi as well. So I'll take you through the 2025 business highlights. We are a multi-category powerhouse now with the various acquisitions that we did in 2024. So we already had Noorpur. We came up with a market leader portfolio in cereals, and we've gone into pasta as well. Other than that, one of the biggest projects or tenders that we won and which we have been working on is the school nutrition program. This is our second successful year. Last year, I think we were serving four sectors, and this year we are serving about eight districts. So we serve about on a daily basis 440,000 milk to students, and we cover about 3,500 plus schools. आगे चलिए. So just a brief overview of the last 5 years. If you see, our revenue in 2022 was 12.35 billion, which has grown to, alhamdulillah, about 29 billion in 2025. That's a CAGR of about 30% plus, about 32%, which in this industry, in our view, is significant. The EBITDA also, if you see, was negative in 2022, which is very healthy, of about 2.2 billion in 2025. Our PAT, which was 2.1 billion loss in 2022, alhamdulillah, has grown to 1.1 billion in 2025. I think one of the important things to note is that in 2023, the operations generated a PAT of about 6 billion, and then there was a 596 million deferred tax adjustment that we made, giving our PAT a total of 605 million. So if we look at 2023, the PAT from operations was 6 billion, which grew to 656 billion. 656 million, and that has then grown by 76% to 1.15 billion in 2025. Our gross margins have also significantly grown from 7.8% in 2022 to about 17.5%, which are very healthy for this industry. If you look at our performance versus last year, our revenue has grown by about 23%. Our operating profit, alhamdulillah, has grown by about 42%. EBITDA has grown by about 29%, and PAT, if you see, has grown by about 76%. This is just a detailed breakup of the accounts as you see in the financial statements that are printed and would be available with you or on the PSX website. आगे चलिए. The key business risks, obviously, that we see going forward because of the war. Things look positive at this stage, but the situation continues to change. However, what we see because of that war and its related impacts, we see rupee devaluation risk, which we have to see how the government handles it. But obviously, if there is a rupee devaluation, that does impact our packaging material. Similarly, raw milk inflation, there are areas where we see a little pressure on the raw milk coming. Because of the fuel increase, because increase, so we see the raw milk inflation coming in. However, we are confident that with the raw milk inflation, potentially we would expect the industry to try and take a price increase as well. On the fuel supply side, disruptions in HFO can have an impact on the company, but we'll have to see how those things pan out. However, looking at where things are now, I think we should be theoretically covered because of the war subsiding. However, that is a risk that we actively look at.
Any questions, please?
For Q&A.
You can raise your hands or type your question in the chat box. So there's a question from Ikra Azam AKD. Can you elaborate on segment, please, Pujima? Can you elaborate on?
Ikra, that is an information that we do not.
Segment-wise revenue.
Sorry? Yeah, that is an information that we do not share publicly and would like to avoid addressing this.
Thank you, sir. जी कोई और सवाल है? Sir, how much has the raw milk prices increased for FFL since the start of the war?
Because the fuel prices have recently increased in the last 2-3 weeks because of the war, and given that we are in the flush season where there is significant or abundant milk available, उतना impact हमें इस वक्त नहीं नजर आ रहा. However, going into lean season from May, June onwards till about September, October, we feel कि अगर ये पेट्रोल की prices, डीजल की prices कम नहीं होती, so then we expect around a 10% increase in raw milk prices or more. It will depend obviously on how hard the lean hits us. Sometimes, if you remember, in the last couple of years, we've seen floods as well during these same periods. So there are multiple factors that impact the price of raw milk, fuel being one of them, but there can be other environmental factors as well. But as I said, generally what happens is if there is a significant increase in raw milk cost, the industry then is pushed to or forced to increase its own prices as well.
Sir, in the last CBS, you mentioned to enter into high margin business segments through partnerships. What is the update on that?
उसमें भी हमने अगर आप देखें पीछे दिखाया था आपको कि through innovation we've gone into skimmed milk powder and buffalo milk powder which we were exporting to China. So we've taken some steps towards that and we are actively working to add other products as well. One of them that we are looking at is camel milk also from a skimmed milk perspective, but that's something that we are working on right now.
So have sales in the dairy category normalized considering the impact of taxes?
Maybe अगर आप retail वाली side पे देखेंगे तो I think the sales tax has had a significant impact not only on us but overall on the industry. Interestingly, when we see ourselves versus the industry, our sales volume have reduced significantly less than the overall dip in the industry. So we are maintaining our market share.
Okay. So you mentioned about the impact of geopolitical uncertainty, which has affected the packaging price.
So I get the question. Basically, what I had said was if a devaluation comes, then that will impact or that will have an impact on the packaging. Right now, there is no major impact because the dollar's PKR parity is quite consistent around 279, 280 rupees. So If there is a devaluation, then we would expect a devaluation का impact may be passed on to the industry.
So any plans to add new products as SFL getting good profits? Else, if no expansion plan, then there could have been announcement of some payout to shareholders.
देखिए आप बिल्कुल सही कहते हैं. If you see our मैंने जो quick 5-year history दिखाई थी, तो we are coming from a very cash stressed situation and we've come to a point where alhamdulillah we are generating cash and we've significantly grown our profits as well as our cash. However, we do intend to in the near term invest in the business to continue to grow and add other products. So right now, I honestly do not see any dividend announcement. However, that is always a call of the board, and therefore we will have to see how the board decides.
So what is the market share of Fuji Foods in 2024 and 2025?
So let me answer that question, Wasim. I think the market, fortunately for us, we've constantly been growing share. We are still the fastest growing brands in milk in Pakistan in terms of share, and our share grew by 3% in this period.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Sir, what category is the company planning to add more products in the coming years?
I think Wasim has already answered the question. So there is an innovation pipeline that we are working on for long term, medium term, and short term. Right now, our emphasis is on maxing out the possibilities of export through buffalo milk and camel milk.
The pasta brand is sold to B2B clients such as restaurants.
It is sold to all the segments, consumer as well as industry, like almost all other brands.
जी कोई और सवाल है किसी का? Okay. So has the cereal business consolidated in your accounts?
जी बिल्कुल, it is consolidated in our accounts.
Okay, thank you, sir. Why haven't SFL acquired Opa Fries?
It's a separate legal entity. It is under common management as of now. But I mean, it's a group's decision and obviously the board's decision. So difficult to say why it hasn't happened or will it happen or not.
Sir. जी कोई और सवाल है किसी के?
If there are no more questions, then I would like to thank everybody who joined the call, who took the time out. We're really grateful for your support and opportunity.
So there's a question. Are you looking forward for any major capex?
Maybe honestly, as of now, our normal routine capex is what we are looking at. We do not see any major capex in the near future.
Thank you, sir. So if there are no further questions, we will take our leave. Thank you very much for joining, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir.